Hey, did you know when I was in school, I really struggled with writing? So I was good at writing, and I know I'm good at writing. I'm good at having my thoughts, putting them down, getting grammar rules right. But coming to the hook and the introduction and the title, and then you have to set up three key points, and then you have to write, like, I was told with paragraphs, the first sentence of every paragraph has to be a summary of that paragraph. And that part got hard, especially creating the hook, line, and sinker, because a lot of times these essays were essays I didn't want to write about. So it's like I have to hook people in to something I don't even want to read. So that was what made writing hard. And then the conclusion, because the conclusion has to be a call to action. So you gotta give a summary of everything you said, and then you gotta say, now that I educated you on this, you can do this. And I feel like the problem was that I wasn't passionate about what I was writing. As well, in school, we never spent a lot of time with writing in the college academic style. And a lot of us, we just pass by without following all the rules. So, what I'm learning is the difference from speaking and writing is that when people speak, they just ramble on. But when you write, it has to be orderly and concise and get to a point and then tell people what to do with all the information they've learned. And then keep telling them summaries of what they're supposed to figure out in your writing. Because people don't want to stay reading what you're saying for too long, which is funny because even in academia, writers skip that rule all the time. Like, they will ramble on and then we have to read it for school, and then they tell us, oh, don't forget to put a summary of what you're going to say in your introduction and your conclusion and in the first sentence of every paragraph, because people are lazy and they don't want to read everything. And academic writers don't even do that. Then they tell us to make things as plain as possible. I've heard that before, like, oh, you don't need the big fancy words because they don't mean anything. And those big words are just filler, which is true. You got to start learning how to make things sound academic. And it's just turning three words into like 5 and 10 and having a lot of run on sentences. And there are a lot of academic writers who never get to the point in one sentence, and it's just confusing to read. So that's all I gotta say about academia and writing and why I wasn't that good at it. And I don't know which is better, because some people like the way that someone naturally says things, like without having structure, just by letting words flow. Then other people are like, okay, let's be logical and get straight to the point. But then as I write, I just start losing the point. Like, I just write more and more, and I'm just like, the more I do this, the more I'm confused. The more I'm like, why does this matter? Does anyone even care? So yeah, that's my take on writing. Oh, and I hate how they still make us care about topics that we don't care about. And then we have to write about it without saying our true feelings. Because that just makes the process more confusing and difficult. And it's teaching us that you can ask me my opinion, but I know you don't care about my opinion. Next thing you know, we're repeating that the world is fake and people are fake because nobody cares when we put on masks. Anyway.